Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my everyday makeup look. I am super excited to share with you guys how I do my makeup. I have absolutely no makeup on my face right now, and I thought it would be fun. I actually had a couple of people say, hey, do a makeup look. Like, I haven't seen a makeup look from you in a very long time, and you're right. I have not done a makeup look on here in a very long time. I just posted a skincare video a couple weeks ago, and that's where I kind of got quite a few requests to do my makeup. So I thought it would be fun to come on, show you guys what I'm doing with my makeup lately. And if you are new here, you might not know, my channel actually, by the way, pause for a second, I will put a timestamp on where the actual tutorial begins in case you don't want to hear me chat. So I'll put that down below. If you are new here, if you didn't know, my channel used to be a lot of makeup, a lot of product reviews and makeup looks and a lot of makeup. And I got to the point where it was just, one, it was not my thing anymore, and two, like, there are way better people to do their makeup out there than me. I am not a pro, but I did love makeup and I love sharing like my opinions about like some good products and things like that. And two, it just got overwhelming. Like, I had, this is the IKEA Alex 9 drawer. I had that thing full of makeup. It was kind of gross. And I just felt like it was sitting in there kind of like spoiling and getting kind of gross. So I was like, I need to use the things up that I purchase and buy, and not just sit it in a drawer and pull it out every once in a while and have it just go bad. So I made it a point about 2 years ago to start using up all of my makeup, and I am very, very proud of myself. I only have like 2 drawers of makeup back there, and then I also have like my everyday little drawer system right here. So I've shared my everyday drawer system here quite a few times. Every once in a while I kind of share like what I'm using at the moment. So kind of like how I go about it is, every time I use a product up, I take something out from in there. It may not be even something that I truly love, like, ooh, my favorite foundation ever, but I'll use it, and if I don't like it like at all, I will just get rid of it, pass it along, or even just toss it. But if it's something that I don't mind, I just use it. I use it until it's done, and it's surprising to me how many products that I start and I go, oh, this is fine, this is okay, and then I start using it and using it and using it every single day till it's gone, and then when it's gone, I'm like, I really loved that. That was really awesome. So make sure you guys watch some of my empties videos, because that's where I kind of go through all the things that I do use up, and I share like my end opinion about them. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely check out my empties. But I am going to quickly share. So I pretty much use everything until I use it up, and then like I said, I'll pull from there, or I will purchase something new if I'm missing something. The only thing I don't really do that with is eyeshadow, because I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes. I've kind of tossed a lot of them. I only have a couple left now, and I just kind of rotate through those. I'll use them for like a really couple months here and there, and then I'll rotate them out. I don't rotate them on the daily. I kind of get stuck in my routine for 3, 4, 5 months, and then I'll switch it out. So that's kind of what I do. Wanted to quickly share that before we get into this, and let's do my makeup. I'm gonna stop chatting now. Okay, I need to put on lip balm. I'm using this Fresh Little Sugar Lip Caramel. It's a hydrating balm because my lips are cracked and gross from the winter. So I'm just gonna slap that on real quick before we get started. I'm almost out of that too. That is a great hydrating lip balm. So the first thing I'm going to pull out is a primer. That right now I'm using the Tula Skincare. This is their Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer. I purchased this a while ago and finally used a couple of my primers up. So I was like, I'm gonna try this one, and I really love it. So it's kind of this whitish consistency, and then you kind of like rub it into your skin, and it almost gives you like a little bit of color, but it really blurs. The only thing that I think is weird about this is every time I do this and then I look at my hands, they're always kind of like shimmery. So, but I don't see any shimmer on my face, like when I'm putting it on. And yes, when I touch my face, it gets really red. So don't be like, what's wrong with you? It just gets really red when I touch it. But yeah, that is what I do. And I really love the primer. It's really moisturizing. I feel like it kind of just like blurs my face a little bit, almost like a filter, which is awesome. So really been loving this for a primer. The hair had to get out of the face. So my foundations that I've been using lately, I kind of switched between the two right now, just because some days I need something like really quick and out the door. Like when I'm rushing to get my son to school, I just throw on this. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. It's a tinted hydrating gel cream and it is awesome. I've used this for years and I love it. And I've repurchased it actually quite a few times because I've gone through quite a few. I wear the shade Vanilla or Natural. This is Vanilla 02 and I think the Natural is 05. So I kind of switch in between the two, between like what color I am and how tan I am at the time. But I really have been using this almost every day. If I'm not in a rush and I'm not just slapping on this, I've been using this. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation and I love it because it's really great coverage, but it doesn't feel thick and heavy on my skin. So I'm probably gonna look over here a little bit while I do this. Okay, so I just dot it all over my face like this, and then I go in with a damp beauty sponge. Make sure it is damp. You don't want it too wet, you don't want it dry. It will not work dry, it will not really work really wet either. You need it like pretty, just kind of damp, just a little damp. But I want to tell you guys the shade I'm in. I'm in shade Natural 11 for the Bare Pro Performance Wear Foundation. I love this stuff. I just think I love the coverage of it. I will say, as I've been using this like every single day, if I'm having a really dry skin day, which I have naturally dry skin, and something like this that's like performance wear usually gets kind of pulls apart on my skin, or my dry skin kind of like it clings to it and it looks really patchy and weird. But this one doesn't do that. But if I do not moisturize well enough or use a primer, it will do that. So I have to use some kind of like moisturizing primer and like make sure I have moisturizer on, otherwise it does cling to like my dry patches. All right, for concealer, I am back on my Tarte Shape Tape. This is like my favorite concealer. I know it's like a lot of people's favorite concealer, but I really do love it because of the coverage, and you do not need a lot of this. So I actually have two shades here. I have light and fair neutral, and right now, I don't know, I keep going in between the two, but I'm gonna use light today. I've been using light lately, and I can't really decide which one I like. The fair neutral is just very a bright under eye. But I love it, and all I do is just do a little bit like that right in my under eye area. That is it. Don't do the triangles like everybody does. So then I will take my damp beauty sponge and just blend it out. See, it's very full coverage. And then as I kind of blend it out like that, I'll still have a little extra, and I just kind of wipe it on my eyelid just to kind of neutralize that. I am going to set my under eye. I have been using lately this Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade Fair 1. I take my damp beauty blender and I just tap it in. Now, I kind of miss my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, so I actually did just purchase it again. I know I'm not through this yet, but I've really missed that one. I do like this one because it really brightens and like gives you a flawless finish, but it's a little drying, It's not bad, but I actually think this one will be great during the summertime instead. All right, and then the next thing that I have been using is actually a powder on top of my foundation, which I rarely do. If you ever seen a makeup tutorial, I rarely put powder on my face. But I love this one from Hourglass. It is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. And I actually just like to take just a little bit and tap it on my skin because I need a glow. I feel like my face looks a little too flat without a little like glow, and this just adds a glow and not like too much coverage or anything. So that's what I've been doing. All right, next up I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the anti-aging, because if I can use something that's anti-aging, I will, especially on my eyes. I feel like my daughter has aged me like, I don't know, 10 years. My first one didn't age me that bad. My second baby did a number on me. Right, next up I am using my bronzer. Right now I'm using this Chanel Fancy, I don't even know what it's called, Soleil Tan de Chanel. And it's a cream bronzer, but it's kind of like powdery finish. Very strange, but I absolutely love it. I'm almost out of it, and I'm using it with the Sigma Soft Angled Contour F23. It's kind of like a angled, not really, kind of like powdery brush, but I just kind of tap it in, and then I just lightly dust it where I would always put bronzer. I always put some like in the corners here because that's normally a shadow, so I think that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Then for blush, I am using the NARS Luster, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little sick of this one, and I haven't even hit pan, but I've been using it for almost 6 months now. So every single day. So I'm a little over it, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep chugging at it. It's still pretty. It kind of goes with everything. I'm gonna use it with this Sigma Large Angled Contour Brush. As you can see, it's been used every day. Although I wash my brushes. I need to wash my brushes. And for highlighter, another one that is going strong and will not give up, but I still love it. Every time I put it on, I think it's so pretty. It is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Fake Powder in Highlight 01. And I'm using that with a Sigma brush, the High Cheekbone Highlighter. I really like all these little Sigma brushes that I've been using because they wash up pretty nicely and they don't really shed or fall apart. Alright, for eyeshadow, lately I have been using my MAC palette. I created this myself. This is not something you can buy, but you can buy it yourself and put it together. I just created my own little palette that I liked. I did that quite a while ago, and I actually grabbed this palette a lot more than I thought I would because I have every single color in here and I use every single one of them at one point. But lately I have been using a soft brown right here every single day with a fluffy brush in the crease, and then I kind of just dust it in the corner. I don't know. I'm not very precise. I just kind of dust it all over. Same thing on the other side. And I take that same fluffy brush and I go into this shade right here, which is Cork. It's kind of a cooler brown, and I actually just go all over the lid with this one. And then with a pencil brush, I'll take that same Cork shade and I'll run it under my lower lash line here. Now, some days I will pull another color on my lid. Today I am going to, but normally, like every single day, this is what I have on my eyes, like that's all. But today I am gonna add a little bit of this shade right here. I think it's Swiss Chocolate. It's kind of like a cooler plummy brown, and I'm just gonna take that with a little smaller brush. I'm just gonna go on the lid, not in the crease. And then I take this shade, which is Shroom. I do this every day. I'll put it underneath my brow bone right here and then in the inner corner. Right, next up for brows, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then I top it off with the clear brow gel. I just kind of fluff all my brows up. And then I fill in any sparse spots with the pencil. Kind of underline the bottom a little. That kind of helps define a little bit. And then I just kind of flick in some sparse places. I will brush through one more time. And then I will plop on the clear brow gel. Okay, now on the everyday, I do not do eyeliner. I am going to do it today, however, because I have other videos to film whenever I film or have somewhere important to go besides just like every day. I throw on my eyeliner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I love it because of the fine tip, and it usually lasts all day. So I just make it, I try to make like a little wing. It's never perfect. I'm not very good at it, but I try. Alright, so next up I will go in with my mascara. I'm using the Lash Primer from Dior. It's like my favorite lash primer ever, the only one I've used for years now. And then the Lancome Monsieur Big, which is my absolute favorite mascara ever. Okay, every time I do my mascara on camera, I'm always like, oh, what a difference. Like, I cannot go a day without putting mascara on. Now for my lips, I don't really do lipstick every single day. I do like a lip balm like I did at the beginning, or like a chapstick or a lip gloss at most. I don't really do a full-on lip, but I'm filming today, so I thought I would share what I would put on my lips if I was wearing lipstick, which I don't, like I said, I don't do it every single day, but when I do like videos or when I like shoot some pictures or when I have somewhere like special to go, I'll put on lipstick. So I have the MAC Whirl Lip Liner, which is my favorite lip liner. I love it because of the color and the color of my lips. So my lips have like a purpley undertone, and this kind of has that like plumish purpley undertone. Then I'm going to go in with MAC Velvet Teddy, which is, I love MAC lipsticks, by the way. I just love them. It's just a really pretty kind of darker nude. And then I'm going to top it with the Charlotte Tilbury, the Kim KW, which is like a nudish pink color. Alright, so that is it for my everyday makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have all the links down below for you guys. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.